You can still picture your childhood bedroom, the wallpaper, the window, where the afternoon light landed on the floor. You remember a birthday from when you were 6, the cake, the friends, the exact feeling. Now try to remember last March. Not a holiday, just an ordinary one. Most of it is simply gone. And last year felt like it lasted 3 weeks. This is not you losing your memory. You are not broken. Almost everyone past 30 feels it. Your brain is running a process you can measure. Here is how researchers actually found it. Hand an 80-year-old a single random word. Ask for any memory that word brings back. Do it hundreds of times, then mark when each memory happened. The line should fade toward the distant past. Recent years high, childhood low, and faint. Instead, a strange hump appears. It rises between the ages of 10 and 30. In 1986, psychologist David Rubin at Duke mapped it. He named it the reminiscence bump. It became one of the most replicated findings in all of memory science. Anyone past 30 shows the same pattern. Too many memories crowd into those 2 decades. The peak sits around age 15 to 18. So why those specific years? They are packed with firsts. First love, first job, first time leaving home, first time a choice felt fully yours. Memory researcher Martin Conway studied this. Those years are when your identity forms. The brain treats those moments as important, so it keeps them within easy reach. The bump shows up everywhere, not just events. The songs you call your favorites, the films, the books, even the smells. Most of them trace back to those years. It even holds across different cultures. The pattern is that strong. There is an older, simpler explanation. People reach for it constantly. In 1877, a philosopher named Paul Janet did the math. Every new year is a smaller slice of your life. For a 10-year-old, 1 year is 10%. For a 50-year-old, that same year is 2%. So each year should feel 5 times shorter. William James repeated the idea in 1890. The fractions feel about right, but they miss the real machinery. Time does not feel mathematical. It feels like a stack of memories. Your brain carries no clock inside it. It cannot feel raw seconds passing, so it does something clever instead. It judges a stretch of time by how much it remembers from inside it. A month packed with new memories feels long. A blurred, repeating month shrinks to nothing. Claudia Hammond described 2 kinds of time. Perspective time, how long it feels right now. Retrospective time, how long it feels looking back. Usually the two agree. When they split, time feels warped. One experiment proved how this works. In 2007, neuroscientist David Eagleman ran it. He strapped volunteers into a harness. He dropped them 150 feet into a net, pure free fall, about 3 seconds. On each wrist sat a small screen. It flashed numbers faster than anyone can read. The logic was simple. If terror truly slowed time down, they would suddenly read those numbers. Not one person could. Time had not actually slowed at all. But afterwards, something strange showed up. Each person estimated their own fall. They said it lasted 36% longer than the falls they watched others take. The seconds never stretched. The brain just recorded them in dense detail, every flash of panic written down. And dense detail, replayed later, reads as long. The brain confused detail with duration. Eagleman also showed the oddball effect. Show someone the same image again and again, then slip one new image into the stream. The new one seems to last longer. Novelty stretches time. Repetition shrinks it. That mechanism explains your missing year. A child lives soaked in novelty. Every smell is a first smell. Every street is unmapped territory. Every face is someone new. The brain records all of it. So a single summer feels endless. 3 months felt like 3 years. Time was thicker back then. Then you grow up and start to automate. Same commute, same desk, same screen. The same faces, the same hallway, the same coffee. The brain learns it can ignore the familiar. It quietly stops writing things down. Fewer recorded moments, fewer markers in the year. A year with no markers folds up into a handful of faint days. That is exactly why last March vanished. Nothing in it was different enough to keep. Your childhood survived for the opposite reason. Your brain had never seen any of it before. You feel this every time you travel. Hammond calls it the holiday paradox. A trip races past while you live it. Then it feels huge once you get home. The novelty that filled the days also packed them with new memories. There is a smaller version of this. Walking somewhere new feels longer than walking back. The way out is unfamiliar, so you record everything. The way home is known, so you barely notice. Illness flips the whole thing around. A week with the flu drags while you live it. Then it collapses into one gray blur. The monotony gets stored as a single experience. Same input becomes one memory. There is one more theory worth knowing. In 2019, a Duke engineer named Adrian Bejan argued the answer is partly physical. Watch an infant's eyes. They dart around, grabbing image after image. A young brain processes pictures in rapid fire. As you age, those eye movements slow. You take in fewer fresh images per hour. Fewer images means less perceived change, and less change feels like faster time. Your inner camera simply slowed down. 3 theories, one shared thread. The brain measures life in change. Remove the change and the years thin out. Here is the part almost nobody mentions. The speed of your life is not fixed. Eagleman argues you can stretch time back out. You keep handing your brain the unfamiliar. A different route home forces it to record again. A new skill pulls it out of autopilot. A new city, a new face, a new fear. Each one is a marker your brain keeps. The reason childhood felt infinite was not youth. Everything back then happened for the first time. You can rebuild a piece of that on purpose. Take the class you keep postponing. Eat somewhere you have never been. Talk to the stranger, not the screen. None of it has to be dramatic. It only has to be new. Your brain rewards the unexpected. New things get written in bold. Last year disappeared for a simple reason. You let it copy the year before. Identical days stacked until they blurred. Your brain holds age 7 in sharp color because at 7, almost nothing had happened yet. It loses last year because last year looked exactly like the one before it. Think back over your own life. The vivid parts are the first times. The blank parts are the repeats. You can choose more bold parts. Your memory already told you the rule. The clock on the wall never changed its pace. You stopped feeding it anything worth remembering. Give it something new tomorrow. So the real question is not why time speeds up. The question is what you record next.